Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So today we have a different type of video. I saw this and I wanted to do it. It's not about K-pop or anything, so again it is different. It is about books. I have done one video of books already on the channel and I saw this, I don't know if it is tag, I don't know. I just saw somebody that I follow here on YouTube do it and I was like, I kind of want to do it, so I am doing it. Like I said, this is like a book tag type of a thing. I really don't know how you call it, but there is a YouTuber that I follow here. I put her name on my notes, but if I'm completely honest, I'm gonna butcher her name and I don't want that, so I just put a screenshot of her channel here so you can go check her out, because I know I'm gonna butcher her name. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna try. I don't want to butcher it. I wanted to do it. It looked kind of fun. I don't have as many books as a lot of people here on YouTube that are always talking about books, but from the stuff that I have, I was like, I can do this. So I don't read that much, but I try not to buy that much because I do have a lot I want to read, but I keep buying. Now I understand all those people that make videos here, that they're always, their TBR doesn't end. Now I understand why. This is what I'm going to be doing. It's not that many questions. I think it is supposed to be like half of the year tag kind of a thing. I'm hoping I can put this now in July, so it's not too late, but we will see. Also, I have read a bunch of books already. I think this is supposed to be with books that you already read 2024, but because I cannot tell which books I read this year and last year, I'm just gonna talk with all of them, just all of them. I'm gonna take them all into consideration for this video, because honestly I don't keep track of like how many books I have read in the year, which ones I've read last year. I don't keep track of that like other people do. I just read at my own pace. If I read a book 1 month and to the next one, I'm totally fine with it. It is 13 questions. I wrote already like some answers in the books for each question, so it's easy for me to do this. So the first question is, best book you have read so far in 2024. I'm gonna look for it, actually. I thought about putting pictures, but since I have them here, I'll look for it and show you guys, so give me 1 second. This is the one. I talked about this on TikTok. I think I have mentioned it in the other book video that I did, but this is The House in the Gerulin, I can never say that, Sea, and it's by TJ Klune. First off, I have said this, look at the cover. If my camera decides to focus, look at it. It is so pretty. To give you a brief idea of what this is, I wrote it down because it's been a bit since I read this book, but it's beautiful. They have a main character called Linus Baker. He works as a case worker on the department in charge of magic youth, and they send him to this remote island where there is a place that takes care of orphan children, and they are supposed to be the most dangerous magic children that there are. There is supposed to be one there that is going to bring the end of the world, but there he meets Arthur, which is the person in charge of the place, and Linus comes to realize that Arthur will do everything to protect the children. The two main characters do end up having a relationship during the book. There's nothing spicy happening on this. Honestly, there's no spice whatsoever in this book, but the story is gorgeous. The childrens are so much fun. They do whatever they want. They're adorable. So it's like Linus coming in as a person, like a very strict person, following rules, not understanding why the hell the children that is gonna bring the underworld is there, and then he comes out being a totally different person because the children teach him how to be that good of a person and let go of the rules. It's gorgeous. And then you have Arthur, which goes from this kind of mysterious guy that doesn't say much to this open book person to Linus and telling him everything just to protect the children and nothing happening to the children. The relationship that is between them is very magical. I have said it. It is very magical. I absolutely love this book. It is definitely one of the best ones that I have read. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me angry at some point, mainly because of Linus. So I would highly recommend you read this. It is very good. So the next question is best sequel you have read so far in 2024. I have them. There's too many books. I'm not gonna go pick them all up, but I'll put a picture. It is the Inheritance Games series. I haven't really read that many series. From what I can see here, I have 2, and there is one that is still ongoing. This one is still ongoing. I don't have that many options, but I'm gonna pick this one because I liked it. And this one is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, I feel like this is a popular series. I think might be wrong about that, but I think a lot of people talked about this. I got this book because I really like this type of series that are very thriller, mystery type, puzzle type of books. So I wanted to give this one a go. These ones have a lot of plot twists as well, so I love books like that. If you don't know about them, the first 3 books at least are about this girl called Avery. She, all of a sudden, her name appears in this wheel by this random guy that died, and she has to be present for the will to be read. And there we meet the whole family. There's like 4 brothers. How were they called? Grayson, Jamerson, Sander, and Nash, I think, were the brothers. Their mom, sister, family's there. And the person that died gave each one of them random stuff. And the rest of the stuff, because this person is very rich, gave it to Avery. And all of a sudden, she is the richest person in the world. She doesn't even remember the guy, seeing him, nothing at all. She has never met this person, I think. So far, the first 2 books are about finding out what her family has to do with it, if this person knew her, how, why, when, just answers. And then the 4th one, it is called The Brothers something. Didn't put it up, but there is a 4th book, but it is about Grace and Jamerson, which is 2 of the brothers. I think they are the 2 oldest. It is about them. I think there's gonna be 2 more. This is like the best sequel type of a book that I have read. This one, it's new release you haven't read yet but want to. Now this one was kind of hard because the best book for this question will be Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I love her, but I read that legit as soon as I got it. I finished reading the other one and I read it in like less than a week. I cannot put it in this question, and I really don't have anything that I will say for this question. The only thing that I will be able to mention are Frida McFadden books. I have 2. I'm excited to read those. I have heard good things about her books, so I got to. She has a very famous series as well, so before me committing to that series, I wanted to get all the books and see her writing style and her way of telling a story. So I'm excited for that. I think that's the one. Like, I have the t-shirt by her, which I think is a new release for this month. So this year. So I guess I'll say the t-shirt. Next one is most anticipated release for the second half of this year. For me, it is Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the 3rd book in the Maple Hill series. I have Icebreaker, I have Wildfire. I absolutely love those books. Icebreaker, I feel like has more spice than Wildfire. As far as I know, Daydream is coming out on August of this year, I think. I'm not sure the date has changed. Things can happen. But yeah, I think it is in August. I'm excited. It is about, I think it is the captain of the hockey team that it is, with like the nerdy library girl. I think it is something about helping him. I'm excited for it. The cover looks so adorable. So yeah, that is one release that I'm excited for. Next one is Biggest Disappointment. Now, I'll be honest, there's a couple in there that I could talk about, but if I had to pick out of all of them, it will be this one, which it is a duology. Pretty sure there's not another book. If there is, I don't think I'll get it, but it is, I think it is a duology. It is All of Us Are Villains, and then the second one is All of Our Demise, and it is by Amanda Foody and I think that's how you say it, and C.L. Herman. The first book, which is this one, I absolutely loved. It is very complicated for me to explain to you what this is about, and it would take too long, but it is magic fantasy type of a book. There's a lot of action. Essentially, there is this tournament that happens a certain amount of time, and there's this seven families that pick the children to go in the tournament, and they have to kill each other, and whoever wins, that family gets high magic. And there is this girl that says that the tournament can be broken. She decides to get in the tournament instead of her sister, and the way that this book is very good. The first one is so good, so much action, so much things happening. The way that it ends is like a few of them already died, but they're separated now into two groups: the ones that don't care about breaking the tournament, and the other ones that realize that it can be broken and they want to do it, and they need these relics that come down from the sky at a certain time. I don't know, but this one really good, and I was like, I want to read the second one, so I picked it up quickly. This is the one that is a disappointment for me. The reason is it is so slow. It took me like 3 weeks to read this, and it's not because it is big. Like, I have read worse books than this in like a week. It is so slow that I just couldn't, and I'm not the type of person to DNF a book. I like finishing them, so it took me like 3 weeks to finish this. I couldn't. It is way too slow. There's not as much action as this one. Too much explanation that probably you could have put on this one already, would have been fine. Didn't like what they did with the characters. There's one specifically that dies that I hated that character died. I wish it would have survived, or at least don't tell us that it survived. Give us a hint that it might survive. But I don't like that they killed that character, and I just, this is the one that hurt me. Second book, I didn't like it. Next one is Biggest Surprise. I have two. One I read last year, I'm pretty sure, so I added another one that I know I read this year. Look how cute. I don't like the color pink. Okay, I accept it. I don't like it. I'm not that girly, but I like this cover. Look at it. It is so pretty, and it is like pink. Except I don't like pink, but I like this cover. It is called The Flasher by Beth O'Leary. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I got this without thinking. I was walking around the library and I was like, oh, this is cute, and I picked it up, and I liked the back. Was red. It is essentially Tiffy and Leon. Tiffy needed a place to stay, something about breaking up with a horrible boyfriend, and she finds this flasher that is lived by Leon. The whole thing was they will never meet. She worked in the morning, so when she was working, he was gonna be in the flasher, in the flat I should say, and when she left work and go at night to live there, he would not be there because he works at night, so they would never meet. They started communicating with post-it notes. Like, she would be like, when does the trash people come, and he will answer her, and you know, that's the way that they communicated until one time they meet, and that connection happened, and they fell in love, and I absolutely love it. It is very cute, romantic. Now, to compensate for this one, because I know this one I read last year, I have this one. This one is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. There you go. I'm gonna be completely honest right now. The reason why I got this book is because of that man right there. This man, look at him. And because the back said Grumpy. I love grumpy male characters in books. I have a few. I absolutely love it. That's why I got this book. It is very fun. You have her, Aurora, where she got divorced. She moved to the same place that her mother is from. She rents a place thinking it was him. It wasn't him, it was his son, and he says, you know what, you can stay for a month. That month stands to a few months. They fall in love and he stops being grumpy. I love it. Another one. I didn't think I was going to like it as much, but I did. Favorite new author? You know, honestly, everything that I have read is new to me because I recently just got it back. But I would say Ellie Hazelwood. I have like 4 books from her. She's coming out with another one next year, and I'm excited for that. So if I had to answer, her. I have a few other ones, but so far she's the one that I have liked pretty much all of the books except for one. I haven't read all of them, but the ones that I have absolutely love. So newest fictional crush, and then the other one is newest favorite character. Fictional crush, I got 2. I have Brennan Taggart, I think is how you mention it. He is from It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Grumpy man, again, absolutely love Grumpy man. He's more than a grumpy man, but I love him. And the other one is from the book Trading Places by Emily Duval. That was another random pick. And his name, what is his name? Evan Bailey. Absolutely love him. That book is about them switching, trading places, literally. He becomes rich for some time, she has to work. It's for teach a lesson to both people. And I love him. He's adorable, he takes care of his needs, and he works his ass off to be able to make the money that he does to give Denise a decent life. And then for newest characters, I have 2 as well. I have Grayson Heather Warren, which is from the Inheritance game. Grumpy man. Sorry, I love grumpy characters. I don't know why. But yeah, he's a little bit grumpy, but he's very protective of his family, which is why he was very protective of Avery coming in all of a sudden and being rich and being part of the family. And the other one is a recent one, Xaden Ryerson from the 4-Wing series. I wasn't going to put him, but honestly, I love him. He's not grumpy, so that's a good thing. But I love that he's very serious and protective over Violet. It broke my heart with the ending of Iron Flame, I'll be honest. I didn't expect that. If you haven't read Iron Flame, when you do, you'll understand. If you have, you understand why it broke my heart. I didn't think his character was going to do that turn all of a sudden at the end, but I'm scared for the next one. It's coming on January of next year, I think, and I think it's focused more on him and what is happening to him now. So next question is books that made you cry. I have 2 for this question, so bear with me for a second, because I couldn't decide between both of them. I'm pretty sure I have cried with other ones, but to change it up, I'm gonna mention this too. So the first one is this one. This was gifted to me a while back. I'm pretty sure I read this last year, but it is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Is this one? The cover is kind of nice. I got this gifted because I have another one from Verity, I think it's called, which is one of the newest ones that she released, and the person gave me this and said, I don't vibe with her new books, but this is a book that I read and absolutely love. So I read it after reading Verity, and I prefer this 100 times more than the other one. I know she's very controversial. I feel like a lot of people love her books, but at the same time there's a lot of people that don't vibe with her. There's a lot of misses in her releases. I do know about that. The reason why I didn't like too much the other Verity, I think is how you call it, is the writing style. It wasn't for me. The story was kind of, it wasn't bad, but I just didn't like it. This one I liked more, and I cried like a baby. I also think not too many people like this book, and I understand why. But for me, I really like, if you don't know, it is, I have the names, Tate. She moves to this apartment, and then she meets Miles right there, Miles, which he has very deep issues. And yeah, during the book it's like her trying to help him, he not wanting that, and then at the end he's able to heal and actually give a go to try love again. I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it, because they were like, it's a girl trying to heal a guy who doesn't want to get healed, that type of a thing. So I think that's why people didn't really vibe with this book. I liked it. I cried a lot at the end. And the other one is actually this one. Again, the cover is gorgeous. Let me see. There we go. It is really pretty. It is called You Have Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. That's how you say it. I picked this up because I read the back and I remember circling around the library and kept seeing this, and I was like, I'll get it. It is about a girl named Julie. She already has a life planned out with her boyfriend and stuff. The boyfriend dies in an accident and now she's alone, and she tries to call his phone again, and he actually answers. The whole story of her is her trying to move on, or actually no, in a way it's her not wanting to move on, but him helping her move on. Him being like, I'm supposed to do this that I'm doing, but I want you to move on, and you need to let me go. You need to move on with your life. You have so many dreams that you want to do. You need to move on. And the ending broke me in half. The ending broke my heart in half. I was crying. I remember I was reading in this very desk because I wanted to finish it. I only had like this little bit, so I wanted to finish it, and I was crying. The way that he is like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I want you to move on, and she being like, no, like, I finally have you back. He's like, I'm not back, like, I'm dead. You need to move on. And she don't want to. Friends trying to help her. It's beautiful, and I would highly recommend it. You will cry, I promise you will cry, but it is very good. So highly recommend this one. Books that make you happy. Ooh, I have one. I'll look it up. It is called When Grumpy Meets Sunshine. I can barely talk. Charlotte Stain. Again, another one that I picked because of the cover. I accept it. I did. He's grumpy again. I'm sorry. He's grumpy, but he's a football player. I think it was ex-football player, Alfie, and they're making him write an autobiography of himself. He doesn't want to, and then she comes in with, it is Mabel, I think is her name, and they fall in love. Well, not really. People see them together and they think they're dating, and them, instead of being like, no we're not, they decide to act like they are, and they fall in love. I was laughing. I didn't cry with this book. I was just laughing the whole thing because it's like, instead of denying it, you both went along with it. There's something happening here. If you haven't, honestly, I would suggest you read it. It's a hilarious book. We have Most Beautiful Book You Have Bought So Far This Year, and honestly I don't have an answer for that one. If I have to mention one, it will be the Caraval series. There's 3 books. Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. I have them there. I don't want to pick them. I'll put a picture. But those books are, I think they're very beautiful. Other than that, I don't pick books because of covers. I think a lot of people do that. It is very rare that I do. Have I done it? Yes. But it's very rare. I'm the type of person that picks it up, read the back, and if I like what it says here, I'll pick it up. So if I had to answer the question, I would say the Caraval series. I think those books are beautiful. They're fantasy books. The whole story is actually really good. I have Four Wing, Iron Flame. I think those covers are also very pretty. And now to finish this video with the last question, what books do you need to read by the end of this year? I'm not gonna bring them up like I have done throughout this video because it's way too many. I have a few for these questions. No, for this question specifically, not only one, but I do have some Tessa Bailey books that I think are the newest ones that I want to read. A new one that I have, her name is Talia Hebert, I think that's how you say it. I read one book from her, which I think is a new one that she released, and I didn't notice, but I do have a series of her that is a romantic one that I really want to read as well. I put pictures because it is easier for this question. Outside of the romantic aspect, because I feel like I have talked a lot about romantic books, I have some books from Freda McFadden, I think that's how you say the name. I have two. I have The Inmate and The Teacher. I think The Teacher is the last one that she released. The Inmate is a little bit old. I think it's 2023, 2022 I think. Other than those, I have other ones that are very random that I'm excited that I've had for a while and I haven't read them, so I'm excited. I have a few horror ones as well. I have a Stephen King book. I think it's Pet Sematary. I think it's old, but that is another person that I've heard good things about, so I'm excited to read that one and see how it goes. And I just have very random books that I have read the back and looks very fun. Some fiction books, I think some fantasy books in there, so I'm excited. I have a few that I'm very excited about. So yeah, that is all the questions for this tag. I hope you like this. I'm hopeful I can put this before July ends. We'll see, because I'm pretty sure this was supposed to happen in June and I'm late, but it's fine. Let me know in the comments below, what books are you excited to read? Is there any books that I have talked here that you read that you liked or you didn't? Why do you like it or you don't like it? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, we will see. Maybe at the end of the year I'll do this again with books that I have already read, or if I read the ones that I'm really gonna read. So yeah, I hope you like this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing great, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.